Welcome back, guys, to the van project. Last week we got this engine bay all kind of cleaned up, a lot of the wires sorted out in here. This week we're gonna move to the inside and try to take care of some of the wires in there. Oh, you know you're in for quite the project when the wiring looks like this. So I just discovered this little power amp under the seat. This yellow wire here comes out of the power amp, goes into this orange wire, which is all fine and dandy. And then this, just tucked under the carpet, twisted around, not even taped, no nothing. Like, no wonder this thing started on fire. I mean, like, this, that's just like medical tape. So with the doghouse off, I can just sit right here, right in the engine bay, and I got prime time to wire stuff up and sort through all this spaghetti. But at least I'm comfy doing it. I took a break from working on the wiring on the inside for a second to come check out the motor mounts in this pile over here just to see what I'm working with. And I came across this bad boy, the missing fender. So I think I'm gonna stop everything that I'm doing and try putting this thing on. If you look, it actually runs up into the body right here. So to actually do this right and replace this whole thing, you take the windshield out and tuck it under there and then put the windshield back in. But when the previous owner cut off the smashed in fender, they left this little lip right here, which is pretty convenient because they also cut the patch panel at roughly the same spot. So I know it's kind of an odd spot for a seam right here, but hopefully it should blend in. So besides their little modification that they already did right here to make it match up, we are gonna have to drill some holes down here so we can spot weld it to the inside fender, the wheel well. I'm using my little itty bitty C-clamp that I found in the van. Alright, I forgot to put in the battery tray, so I gotta take that all apart. So before I put the battery tray back on, I figured I would sand it and prime it and paint it. And when I went to take off the little, this little rubber tie-down thing, the bolt just snapped off. So I'm gonna sand it up. I found another bolt in my junk pile, and I'm gonna tack this little nut on the back of there, and then we can go ahead and put it back in. Thankfully that battery tray fit in without having to rip off that fender. And now I'm gonna put in this hood latch piece and kind of line that up, so I'm making sure everything fits in place before I go ahead and weld it in. Alright, the fender fits up pretty close over there. It needs a little bit of persuading to get it perfectly where it needs to be. But it's, it's dark outside and I gotta get up early for work tomorrow, so I'm gonna call it a night and come back to this a little later. Yeah, cool, Rick. We got the hood out here. Everything's just kind of roughly bolted together. It lines up pretty damn well. The fender is currently clamped into place. It's got door clearance. I think we are ready to put this thing on. Impulsive fender installation is done. I mean, it's not done. I'm waiting for the Bondo to set up. But yeah, we got this all welded. We got our little spot welds going down there. And then in here on the inside of the fender. So yeah, while I'm waiting for the Bondo to set up, I'm gonna go back inside and continue working on the wiring. So the state of the speakers isn't quite ideal. I think these are the original speakers, at least I hope they're the original speakers, because they are toast. So yeah, since we got the dash apart and we're working on all this wiring anyways, might as well put some new speakers up here. That's much better. I haven't put in the driver's side speaker. I ripped the old one out, but I haven't put in the new one because there's a whole lot of wiring I gotta do in there, and you know, the more room the better. I sanded it down and threw a little coat of primer on there just to seal it up, and once you get paint on there, it'll be hard to tell any funny business is going on at all. Sorry this video was kind of all over the place. I found that Fender and got all excited. I wanted to put it on. So yeah, I didn't get much of the wiring done. I got a handful of stuff ripped out. I got the speaker replaced, and I got that Fender on there. But yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you're subscribed to stay up to date on this thing, because there's a lot more work to do.
Let me just also say, not only did I think it was not funny, I didn't think it was well done.